What is ISO? How does it affect your photos? And how can you use it effectively? All those answers in this video. What's going on, guys? My name is Cody.majeres. I'm a content coordinator by day, content creator by night, and I make videos to help you master your content. In today's video, we're taking a look at ISO. It is the third part of 3 videos I'm releasing to help you understand the exposure triangle. If you want to check out the other 2 videos on shutter speed and aperture, I'll link them up here. But in today's video, we're focusing strictly on ISO. So what is ISO? To put it really briefly, it's essentially fake light that your camera creates in order to help you get a properly exposed photo. ISO in a camera generally ranges from 100 to up to 32,000, depending on your camera. And as you go up the scale in ISO value, it increases the exposure of your image. Now, it doesn't let more light in and it doesn't keep any function of the camera open longer. All it does is digitally add exposure to your image. Now, this sounds really nice because if your image is too dark, you can just add ISO and it'll make it brighter and properly exposed, right? Wrong. The catch with ISO is that it starts to introduce noise to your photos the higher the ISO value gets. Noise is essentially going to add graininess and just really make your photos look less quality the more grain that's in them. Depending on your situation, you can use ISO up to 800 or 1600 and still have photos that look really good. But I wouldn't use ISO as a safe haven and always just use it to increase your exposure until you're good. Okay, so let's hop over to the camera. I'll show you how to physically and manually change the ISO on your camera. All right, guys, here we are on our camera, and I'll show you how you're able to adjust your ISO to make it higher or lower depending on your shot. The first way that you'll see is there's usually a button up top that's specific to ISO. If you were to click that button, it'll bring up an option for a digital little scroll wheel that you can select your ISO from. Now, another way that you can do this, just like shutter and aperture, is if you have a touch screen, you can go ahead and touch that value. It brings up another little digital wheel. Or if you don't have a touch screen, you can use your keys and your dials next to your screen to go and select that. Now, as I select my ISO and start to increase it, you'll notice that the image does get brighter and you're able to start seeing more and more. This is because all of that light is being added in camera and helping expose the image properly. However, if I were to take this photo and take it into post-processing, I would start to notice more and more noise the further up in ISO that I end up going. So as I was saying earlier, ISO is used pretty sparingly. For a lot of photographers, it's probably the last setting they adjust when exposing for their composition. And that's just due to wanting to avoid introducing noise as much as possible. Thanks for checking out this video, guys. I hope someone was able to learn something about ISO today. And if you haven't done so already, please check out the other videos I've released on shutter speed and aperture so that you can get a well-rounded knowledge of the exposure triangle. If you liked today's video, please hit the thumbs up below, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. That's all I got for you guys on this one. Get out there and take some photos with your camera, and I'll see you next time. Peace!